So hi Ted, thank you so much for coming to talk with us about Brandsmart.
Happy to be here.
It's great to have you here. Could you start by just talking a little bit about what you do for the company and how long you've been with Google?
So I've been with Google for 11 years, and currently I'm running our retail team here in Chicago, where we work with large retailers, primarily from an advertising perspective, but also help them with their digital strategies, trying to figure out how to take advantage of mobile, YouTube, display advertising, etc.
And what was your first job with Google?
First job at Google, I was the first client service person hired outside of New York and Mountain View.
I have to ask because I think it's so cool. What is your email address?
ted@google.com.
Yeah, you have to love that.
Easy to remember.
That's right. So obviously Google's been a pioneer in changing marketing within search and mobile and display. How has your focus for the company's overall strategy changed in the past 2 or 3 years?
One of the biggest challenges we face, as many other lucky companies who are able to grow, especially in today's economy, is how do you still remain nimble and how do you still innovate when you're a large corporation? And I think Google has done a great job of actually remaining nimble, that we've been able to move quickly, that we still work in small teams. And so if you keep that in the back of your mind, that you constantly just need to innovate and be nimble, then I think it'll make your life much easier.
Can you talk a little bit about the comparison in value between Brandsmart and many of the other marketing conferences you see?
The TED style event is kind of the hot thing right now. And in Chicago, we're lucky to have a number of incredible events, whether it's TEDx or it's Tech Week or Ideas Week. And so we've gotten really good at this. The nice thing to think about, though, is that Brandsmart was here long before many of these events were taking place. So we've been through the process many times, and we've really refined it to where we have a well-oiled event. But the sharing of ideas, I think, is incredibly important. So often our day is spent probably behind a desk or in an office, or maybe if we're lucky, surrounded by some other people. And it's very easy to forget all of the incredible things that are happening out not only across the city, but across Illinois and across the country. So that sort of idea sharing is really, really important. I think Brandsmart is really positioned well to help people with that. And then if anything, it is great to get away from the office for a day and just be inspired and be amongst your peers.
That's great. We have such a great lineup of speakers for Brandsmart this year, from Ken Martindale talking about the turnaround at Rite Aid, and Mark Klein, who is introducing the first compressed natural gas fueled car. What's the must-see for you?
I'm going to be a little bit biased, and I've got to go with my friend Kevin Willer. Kevin and I were two of the original Googlers in Chicago. Kevin's one of my best friends, but also Kevin to me is an absolute inspiration. He's someone that I really look up to on a daily basis because of things that he's done over at 1871. So it's going to be a great part of the day.
The theme for this year's Brandsmart is owning the tectonic shifts in marketing. You know, the tectonic forces are democratic. They don't leave anybody out. So what are the forces bearing down on Google that have you worried?
The biggest threat in my mind for Google and for companies like Google is exactly what we were just talking about, that we become really complacent, that we just pat ourselves on the back and say, we've got a good thing going, let's just kind of lean back and enjoy it. That to me is super scary. That's when businesses are quickly passed. And so the minute companies and individuals start to slow down and become really happy with the way things are going, then you're going to find that there's someone else doing something a lot better, a lot more quickly, probably doing it for cheaper, and then you have to spend all your time and energy to catch up.
Well, Ted, thank you so much for spending the time with us today. Your answers were very inspiring and interesting, and I hope to see you at Brandsmart on October 17th.
Thank you very much.